Guys, I'm starting to think we're all bots. Well, y'all are all bots because the comment sections, they're getting really wild. We thought social media content was becoming less and less original, and it is, but it turns out the bot-like attention-thirsty behavior has trickled into the comment section. This is where you're going to see people who have absolutely nothing to gain but likes and reply comments compete. Like they're fighting to the death, they're foaming at the mouth, and all they want is for you to like their comment. And I can probably show you this better than I can tell you. So come on, vamonos, everybody, let's go. Dreads Baby is like the most extreme example of this. And I'm sure you guys have probably seen this already, how somebody will post something and then a bunch of people will try to have a similar profile picture to them. They'll take screenshots from the video, make it their profile picture, and then start saying dumb shit like, yo, we look alike. He reminds me of someone. The comments profile pictures are killing me, but you gave yourself the profile picture too. I think we have the same dreads. I think we look the same. Dude, nice dreads. Them dreads fire, twin. Yo, twin, we kind of look the same. We look similar. W dreads. And everyone's clearly just trying to get their likes. Like, I'm disturbed. And if you're not disturbed, I don't know what to say. Here's another example. So Ash Trevino, she's talking about Santos. Now, if you guys don't know who Santos is, it's this 19-year-old guy that she's dating. She says she's 35. Most people don't believe her. But the comments are just pure bottery. This person said, mind you, she's 56 and he's 12. And everyone is like crying, laughing. 56 is killing me. 12, no, the 12 is. And then, I'm sorry, guys, there's no reason why I should even like, this should even, I don't know why this bothers me. It's kind of pathetic. And it just doesn't stop, right? Mind you, she's 99 and he's a newborn. Mind you, she's 35 and he's 19. I don't know. It's just giving bot. Like, it's just giving bot. Okay, and you guys will see the variations of how it doesn't really matter what the content is. You can't even be like, oh, this happens with like influencers who people are trying to troll. This happens with only funny content. No, this happens with everything. Let's look at this Hello Kitty. The guy in it is basically being super thoughtful. And people are in the comments going, I miss my future BF. May this type of love find me. And I'm telling you guys, it's like the same comment over and over. Got my single ass smiling. This you will always find. If it's a couple thing, you will always find this. Couples are being cute. Someone's in the comment, got my single ass smiling. And the crazy thing is, this comment was like, it's like someone commented it before, got a bunch of likes, and now everybody is doing it. And it's pathetic. I don't know. It shouldn't bother me. I'm the pathetic one, but it just, I can't help it. It doesn't bother me that people love to comment and engage. It bothers me that people will see someone comment something and they will literally comment it to try to get likes later. So you guys know the whole, I'm going to tell my kids this is the real this or this is the real that. I've definitely commented on an Emmanuel Hudson video and said, I'm gonna tell my kids this is the real city girls. Like, I've done stuff like that. Like, some of this stuff is actually funny, and if you personalize it or whatever and it just pops up in your head, it's really, maybe I'm just making excuses because I did it, but it's just so ridiculous to me how much it happens now that it's like, it makes me feel like everyone's a bot and no one has an original thought in their brain. Social media is actually some people's whole life. They get their vocabulary, their personality, and everything from the content that they watch. Now, we're fairly influenced by our environments. This is no secret. So just like the fact that you would probably be highly influenced by your sister, your mom, whoever you spend the most time with in your family, people who are chronically online have social media for their environment. That is their environment. Like, you could be somewhere, you could be in the living room of your house or in your bedroom, but if you're mentally on social media and that's where all your attention is, that's where you are. That's where you are mentally. And I think this could very well be the reason why a lot of the comments are the same, or they just give pandering for likes. You no longer get original perspectives anymore because of this. It's a competition to see who could say the most unoriginal thing first. I don't want to make it seem like this is like new or it's not normal, because people have always borrowed lingo from movies and TV shows like Mean Girls, White Chicks, Bring It On. Those are some examples that are just coming to me now. So many iconic phrases that me and my friends would say, or I've heard other people say, that were taken from these movies. I feel like one very popular example of this manifesting on social media is the very mindful, very demure saying. However, it appears that y'all have kind of ran that to the ground as well, so it's getting annoying now. Because that's just what happens. It sounds funny and iconic at first, but then it becomes sickening because no one is willing to let it go. A bunch of people will be in the comments competing for likes and laughing crying face responses. Social media has honestly kind of ruined iconic phrases, but maybe that's just me. And it's partly because people notice how comments form the new gateway of social gratification, like I was kind of saying earlier. It's not just that social media is raising some of you, like quite literally your mommy, you regular commenters. It's not just that you guys have nothing better to offer the world than regurgitated slang that means nothing to you culturally. Well, what is culture anyway when we're talking about TikTok? The bot-like comments used to be more prevalent among trolls and actual bots, but real people are the new bots and trolls. Though the OG trolls will never die and comments are still rage baiting for engagement, I think a lot of people would rather be liked or agreed with, which might have to do with why I've noticed an increase in stating the most popular cliche. People want to have they want to have clock that or be seen as so real. After all, content isn't the only way to get attention or validation in the form of likes. So no, it's not just that this is their environment and they're being raised by the internet. It's also for attention and validation. On TikTok especially, comments get an insane number of likes and reply comments, and I don't think this goes unnoticed, especially among younger users. But I might be very well wrong about that, just my observation. And this has led to social media becoming extremely predictable and boring. I know it's not just me who could see a piece of content and know what the comments are going to be. If I see someone getting annoyed in a video, like they're being like challenged by some weird Karen or something, or just something unacceptable is happening to them and they're making an effort to manage their emotions, the comment section is almost certainly going to have a bunch of people saying, my anger issues could never. Well, maybe you should get that checked out, the Rizzler. This isn't something to be proud of. But see, I don't think people are being truthful about this. I don't think people are actually proud of this. Like people are certainly lying. It's not that there are that many people who are walking around who just can't manage their emotions and anger. There's not that many people who would just straight up deck a kid who decided to touch their service dog. I think most of us are capable of managing our anger, at least in a situation like this. This is just another one of those popular comments that people make for attention. That my anger issues could never comment. They know that they're going to get likes and responses, and they're quite literally fiending. This is how far the social media addiction goes. And I was reading about how social media affects the brain. This is on addictioncenter.com. It says, due to the effect it has on the brain, social media is addictive both physically and psychologically. According to a new study by Harvard University, self-disclosure on social networking sites lights up the same part of the brain that also ignites when taking an addictive substance. The reward area in the brain and its chemical messenger pathways affect decisions and sensations. When someone experiences something rewarding or uses an addictive substance, neurons in the principal domain producing areas in the brain are activated and dopamine levels rise. Therefore, the brain receives a reward and associates the drug or activity with positive reinforcement. This is observable in social media usage. When an individual gets a notification, such as a like or mention, the brain receives a rush of dopamine and sends it along reward pathways, causing the individual to feel pleasure. Social media provides an endless amount of immediate rewards in the form of attention from others for relatively minimal effort. Their brain rewires itself through this positive reinforcement, making people desire likes, retweets, and emoticon reactions. So given this information, guys, we know that notifications have this effect on the brain, and notifications do not only result from content, but from comments as well. Could this be why there is this competitive energy always present in the comment sections of viral videos? Whose completely unoriginal comment will get discovered first? Who will get their fix this time? And many people confirm this. They confirm that this brings them a lot of joy when they return to their comment to thank everyone who liked their comment for the likes. Edit, thank you for the likes. Truly makes me want to throw my laptop across the room. It's irrational, I know, to be mad at someone for showing gratitude. Like, what is my problem, right? But it's true. It makes me angry. I'm sorry. We've already come to the realization that social media is addictive for some time now. But the more people have joined the social media space, the more people are trying to find new avenues to get their fixes. Content that will actually attract a lot of viewers and engagement typically takes more time. Not always, but typically. But commenting something that everyone else is thinking and can relate to is much easier. And I feel like it also creates this sense of relatability or belonging for both the people who make the comment and the people who were thinking the same thing and decided to like it or respond to it. Remember how earlier I asked, what is culture when you're on TikTok? Social media platforms have arguably cultivated their own version of a culture. Though, when taking a closer look, we can see the more specific groups within that culture. But isn't the same true when we talk about cultures in a traditional sense? So, this is why I believe each social media platform cultivates culture in its own unique way through the content and lingo that goes viral and how the majority of users move to adopt and use the lingo while on the app and in many cases in their everyday speak. A coworker may say something to another who doesn't spend time on social media and shocked by their confusion ask, "Wait, you don't be on TikTok?" This expression in itself is an implication that TikTok has its own culture, even though the platform is only an avenue for real people with real cultural backgrounds to share with the world. It's not TikTok that has the culture, it's the people who do. Which brings me to my next point. As social media becomes more centered in so many of our lives to the point where it's viewed as its own culture, this gives way for those who aren't part of the culture to be unable to contribute to conversations concerning it, which can no doubt have an impact on everyday life, even in the smallest of ways. But more importantly, social media gives a false sense of community and culture to many whom I believe don't understand the facade of it all. The trickle effect from a content creator using AAVE and saying something hilarious to various types of people also using that AAVE on social media and in real life without understanding anything much about it can lead to globalizing lingo, slang, or verbiage that actually belongs to a people. Turning other people's culture into generic social media slang can undoubtedly be disrespectful to the cultures affected. And in this Reddit post, Mixed Lopsided said, regional slang doesn't exist in a meaningful way anymore. At least not to those who aren't, well, regional. The internet is worldwide and instantly accessible. Based is the regional slang of the English internet, and in 6 months it'll be something else. That's how slang works. And someone said, the internet turns the whole world into one small village or something. And I have to say, this does make a lot of sense. The sad thing is, I think a lot of us are just lonely, looking for meaningful interaction to get through that loneliness. And these are the effects of that we're seeing right now. The people who ask for their comments to be pinned, the people who give thanks for likes, sure, it's not all of these people who are lonely, but I do think a huge chunk of us are. And I say us because I'm not excluding myself from this at all. We all experience loneliness and express it in different ways, but I think social media is normalizing people getting attached to their phones and dopamine instead of finding the root of their problems and taking steps towards solving them. It's a vicious cycle, really. Finding comfort in the phone, finding comfort in social media, because it only leads to less developed social skills and more loneliness. And with the rise of AI, I think we have to be especially careful with how much we rely on social media for social gratification and fulfillment. But I think I could talk about that more in another video. For now, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Please leave me a comment down below and like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, obviously, if you feel like it. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have been watching and interacting with my videos. It means the absolute world to me. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.